Hello everyone. In today's topic, we are going to talk about parabola. So first, we are going to identify the different parts of a parabola. So we have in here the vertex. So the vertex is either the maximum or the minimum point of a parabola when the parabola opens up or opens down. And then this is the axis of symmetry. It is a line that divides the parabola into two equal parts. For the focus, it is a point inside the parabola wherein it is p units away from the vertex. Directrix is a line outside the parabola which is p units away from the vertex. The latus rectum, it is a chord parallel to your directrix. So what is a parabola? Parabola is the set of all points xy equidistant from a fixed line directrix and a fixed point focus not on the line. So we have two different types or standard form of parabola along the conic sections. The first one is x minus h squared equals 4p times y minus k. So this form of equation states that the parabola is along the vertical axis and that it opens up when P is positive and it opens down when P is negative. So P determines the opening of your parabola in the form x minus h squared equals 4p times y minus k. So to determine the directrix, y equals k minus p. And then to determine the focus, it is h k plus p. The other form of parabola along the conic section is y minus k squared equals 4p times x minus h. So this means that the parabola lies along the horizontal axis. It opens left when P is negative. It opens right when P is positive. So to determine the directrix with this type of equation, it is x equals h minus p. And to determine the focus, it is h plus p k. So let us have some examples for this one. So example number 1, we have 8y equals 2x squared. So the first thing we need to do here is to convert this equation into the standard form along the conic section. So dividing both sides by 2, we have 4y equals x squared. And then interchanging, we have x squared equals 4y. And then this equation is equivalent to x minus 0 squared equals 4 times y minus 0. It means that we are going to follow x minus h squared equals 4p times y minus k. The first step that we are going to do here is to solve for p. To solve for p, we are going to equate. So for p equals whatever the value of your p in here, okay? The number in here. So for p equals 4, dividing both sides by 4, so p equals 1. And then we proceed to our vertex, focus, directrix, axis of symmetry, and the opening. So for the vertex, is always hk. So this is your h and this is your k. So we have 0, 0. And then for the focus, it is hk plus p. So h is equal to 0 and k is equal to 0 and then p is equal to 1. So we have 0, 1. For the directrix, we are going to have y equals k minus p. So k is equal to 0, then p is equal to 1. So 0 minus 1, so y equals negative 1. For the axis of symmetry, looking at the graph of our equation, we can tell that it is a vertical line. And for the opening, of course, P is positive, so therefore it opens up. So let us have example number 2. X squared minus 2x plus 8y plus 9 equals 0. The first thing we need to do here is to convert the equation into the standard form along conic section. So we are going to transpose and then we are going to complete the squares over here. So we already learned that in our previous lesson. So negative 2 over 2 squared. So we have x squared minus 2x plus 1. So whatever we add in here, we are going to add at the right side of the equation. And then we are going to simplify the right side of the equation. And then we are going to rewrite this one into x minus 1 squared, as well as this one into negative 8 times y plus 1. It's a matter of factoring here, okay? Now, we are going to have the format x minus h squared minus 4p times y minus k in order for us to determine the vertex, the focus directrix, axis of symmetry, and the opening. From here, we are going to equate 4p equals negative 8. So whatever the number here, equate it to your 4p to solve for p. So 4p equals negative 8, dividing both sides by 4. So p equals negative 2. And then going back to the vertex, so this is your h and this is your k. If this is plus, meaning automatically your k is negative because the pattern is y minus k. So vertex is at 1, negative 1. For the focus, we are going to have h, k plus p. So in here, since h is equal to 1 and k is equal to negative 1 and p equals negative 2, so we have 1, negative 3. And for the directrix, y equals k minus p. So k is equal to negative 1 and p is equal to negative 2. So we have negative 1 minus negative 2, which is 1. So we have y equals 1. For the axis of symmetry, so the graph of your equation x squared minus 2x plus 8y plus 9 equals 0 looks like this one. Okay? So we can deduce that the axis of symmetry is a vertical line and the opening is down. Now let us have example number 3. For example number 3, so y squared minus 4y minus 4x equals 0. First, we are going to convert it into the standard form along conic section. So we are going to complete the squares. Y squared minus 4y plus 4. Negative 4 divided by 2 squared. Then whatever you add at the left side, you add it to the right side to make it balance. Rewriting this one, so we have y minus 2 squared equals 4 times x plus 1. So we are going to follow the format y minus k squared equals 4p times x minus h. From here, we are going to solve for p. Whatever the number here, equate it with your 4p. So 4p equals 4, dividing both sides by 4, p equals 1. And then going back to the vertex is at hk. So the order changes already. So this is your h. So it is negative 1 and k is 2. So it's at negative 1, 2. Now for the focus, we have h plus p, k. So since h is equal to negative 1 and p is 1, so we have negative 1 plus 1 and k is equal to 2. So we have the focus at 0, 2. For the directrix, it is x equals h minus p. Since h is equal to negative 1 and p is 1, so we have negative 1 minus 1. So the directrix is x equals negative 2. Looking at the graph of this equation, we can deduce that the axis of symmetry is a horizontal line and it opens to the right. So in here, we already know the pattern, and if it's your P is positive, so therefore the opening is to the right. So let us have the last example. Y minus 2 squared equals negative 8 times x plus 3. In here, no need to convert. We just need to follow the format y minus k squared equals 4p times x minus h. So in here, we are going to equate 4p to negative 8. And then dividing both sides by 4, so p equals negative 2. Then we are going to determine the vertex. So the vertex is at hk. So this is your h. So plus 3, automatically it is negative 3. And this is your k, 2. So we have the vertex is at negative 3, 2. For the focus, we are going to follow h plus p, k. Since h is equal to negative 3 and p is negative 2, so we have negative 5, 2. And for the directrix, h equals h minus p, or I shall say x equals h minus p. So from here, h is equal to negative 3 minus your p is negative 2. Be very careful with this one. So negative 3 minus negative 2, it is equal to negative 1. So the directrix is at x equals negative 1. Looking at the graph of this equation, we can tell that the axis of symmetry is a horizontal line, and because P is negative in here, so therefore it opens to the left. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. See you again next time. Bye.